Imagine a world where your fashion sense could save your life. That's the situation in the classic 10 hats logic puzzle. It's a brain teaser about outsmarting impossible odds with a dash of teamwork and a whole lot of logic. Don't worry, we'll break it down step by step. By the end, you'll be able to impress your friends with your newfound puzzle-solving skills. Picture 10 prisoners lined up single file, each one standing silently, their faces a mix of fear and determination. They're about to face a test of wits and their lives depend on it. The tension in the air is palpable as each prisoner knows the gravity of the situation. Each prisoner is wearing a hat, but there's a catch. They have no idea what color their own hat is. The hats are either black or white, placed randomly on their heads. The randomness adds to the complexity of the challenge. Here's the twist. Each prisoner can only see the hats of the people in front of them, not their own or the hats of anyone behind them. This limited visibility is crucial to the puzzle. Starting from the back of the line, each prisoner must guess the color of their own hat. The first prisoner has the hardest job as they have the least information. They can only say one word, black or white. This single word could mean the difference between life and death. No other communication is allowed. The silence is deafening as each prisoner waits for their turn. Get it right and they live. The relief is immense, a weight lifted off their shoulders. Get it wrong and, well, let's just say the consequences aren't pretty. The stakes couldn't be higher in this life or death game of logic and observation. The key to solving this puzzle lies in understanding parity. Parity simply means whether a number is odd or even. In this case, the prisoners realize they can use parity to communicate vital information about the hats. Instead of focusing on guessing their own hat color directly, they focus on conveying whether the number of black hats they see in front of them is odd or even odd. Section 4, the noble sacrifice, the first prisoner's gamble. The prisoner at the very back of the line has the toughest job. They can see everyone else's hats but have no information about their own. This prisoner makes a sacrifice. They agree to call out black if they see an odd number of black hats in front of them and white if they see an even number. This first prisoner has a 50-50 chance of being right. However, their guess isn't about saving themselves. It's about giving the rest of the prisoners a crucial piece of information. Section 5. Whispers of logic, how each prisoner decodes their fate. In this section, we delve into the intricate process by which each prisoner deciphers their own fate using logic and observation. Here's where the real magic happens. The prisoners use a combination of keen observation and logical deduction to determine the color of their own hats. Each prisoner, starting with the second in line, does the following. They listen carefully to the prisoner behind them and use that information to make their own deduction. First, they carefully count the number of black hats they can see in front of them. This count is crucial as it forms the basis of their logical deduction. Next, they compare their count to what the prisoner behind them called out, which tells them the parity of all the hats in front of that prisoner. This comparison is key to understanding the overall pattern. Now comes the deduction. The prisoner must use the information gathered to make an educated guess about their own hat. If their count matches the parity announced by the person behind them, they know their own hat must be the opposite color to keep the total parity the same. This realization is a moment of clarity for the prisoner. If their count doesn't match the announced parity, they know their own hat must be the same color to create that parity. This logical process ensures that each prisoner can decode their fate with precision. Section 6. A winning example. See the strategy in action. In this section, we will delve into a fascinating strategy that ensures success in a seemingly impossible situation. Watch closely as we break down each step. Let's say the hats are distributed as follows. Imagine a line of prisoners, each wearing a hat that is either black or white. They cannot see their own hat, but can see the hats of those in front of them. Prisoner 10 at the back has a white hat, and he can see all the hats in front of him. Prisoner 9 has a black hat, and he can see the hats of prisoners 1 through 8. Prisoner 8 has a white hat, and he can see the hats of prisoners 1 through 7. Prisoner 7 has a black hat, and he can see the hats of prisoners 1 through 6. Prisoner 6 has a black hat, and he can see the hats of prisoners 1 through 5. Prisoner 5 has a white hat, and he can see the hats of prisoners 1 through 4. Prisoner 4 has a black hat, and he can see the hats of prisoners 1 through 3. Prisoner 3 has a black hat, and he can see the hats of prisoners 1 and 2. Prisoner 2 has a white hat, and he can see the hat of prisoner 1. And prisoner 1 at the front has a black hat. He cannot see any hats in front of him. Prisoner 10 sees 5 black hats, which is odd, and calls out black. This is a crucial part of the strategy. Prisoner 9 sees 4 black hats, which is even. He now has to use the information given by prisoner 10. Since prisoner 10 said black, prisoner 9 knows their own hat must be black to make the total odd. This deduction is key to the strategy. Prisoner 8 sees 3 black hats, which is odd. He must now consider the previous calls. Prisoner 10's call means the total, including their own hat, should be odd. This is a critical point in the strategy. Since they also see an odd number, they know their hat must be white. This logical deduction continues down the line. This logic continues down the line, ensuring that only the first prisoner has a chance of guessing incorrectly. By following this strategy, the prisoners can maximize their chances of survival. Section 7. Guaranteed success. Why this puzzle is beatable. The beauty of this strategy is that it guarantees at least 9 out of 10 prisoners will guess correctly. The only uncertainty lies with the first prisoner's initial guess. Every other prisoner receives a vital piece of information that allows them to deduce their own hat color with certainty. The 10 hats puzzle is a testament to the power of logical thinking and teamwork, proving that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, a clever strategy can lead to a remarkable victory.